What is the price of a nation? £1 billion, 1,000 lives, or a signature on paper? On January 1st, 1900, a transaction took place. No battlefield, no referendum, no consent of millions, just a deal. £865,000 paid to a private company, and with that, a vast land of kingdoms, cultures, and people passed into the hands of an empire. But this is not just a story of money. It is a story of deception, resistance, and power. Who really sold Nigeria, and could it have been stopped? Before Nigeria, there was no single nation. Instead, there were powerful civilizations: the Benin Kingdom, the Sokoto Caliphate, the Royal Empire, the trading city-states of the Niger River, each with its own system of governance, economy, and identity. Trade flourished, and at the heart of it all was the Niger River, a lifeline connecting island kingdoms to the Atlantic world. Then came the Europeans, first for slaves, then for something else: palm oil. By the early 1800s, Britain had abolished slavery. But abolition did not end exploitation. It transformed it. The Industrial Revolution demanded resources, and palm oil became essential. It was used to lubricate machines, produce soap, and fuel industry. The Niger Delta became one of the world's most valuable regions. By 1870, palm oil replaced slaves as the dominant export. African middlemen thrived. Among them was Jaja of Opobo, a former slave who rose to become one of the richest men in West Africa. He controlled trade routes, negotiated directly with Europeans, and proved something dangerous: Africans could compete. Then came a man who would change everything: Sir George Goldie. Goldie understood one thing clearly: Britain did not just need access to trade, it needed control. In 1879, he formed the United African Company. His goal: to eliminate all competition, African and European. He absorbed rival firms, crushed independent traders. By 1884, he dominated the lower Niger, 30 trading ports, a private empire. In 1884, European powers met in Berlin. At the Berlin Conference, no African leaders were present. No consent was given, but decisions were made. Africa would be divided, not by culture, not by history, but by European interests. Because of Goldie's control of the Niger, Britain claimed it. On paper, it was diplomacy. In reality, it was legalized conquest. Goldie's next move was even more calculated. Treaties, hundreds of them, over 400 agreements signed with local rulers. But these were not equal agreements. They were traps. The chiefs were told, you will have protection. Trade will remain free. But even in English legal language were clauses that transferred land ownership, trade monopoly, political authority. The chiefs did not understand what they were signing, but the British government enforced it. When Jaja of Opobo resisted, he was arrested in 1887, exiled, and died in 1891 under suspicious circumstances. Resistance grew, especially in Mende, led by King Kuku of Mende, a former Christian teacher turned king. By 1894, the Royal Niger Company controlled trade completely. Africans could no longer choose their partners, so King Kuku made a decision: war. On January 29, 1895, over 1,000 warriors attacked Akassa. The company's headquarters fell. Hostages were taken. It was a bold attempt to reclaim control, but the British response was brutal. On February 20, 1895, the Royal Navy destroyed Bras, burned homes, killed civilians, spread devastation. Diseases followed. By April 1895, resistance was crushed. King Kuku fled. By 1898, he was gone. Back in Britain, the story was changing. The Royal Niger Company was no longer seen as a trading success. It was seen as dangerous, violent, unstable, too powerful for a private entity. So in 1899, the British government intervened. The company's charter was revoked, but instead of dismantling the system, they bought it. On January 1st, 1900, the deal was finalized. The Royal Niger Company sold everything: territories, treaties, trade rights to the British government. The price, £865,000, a fraction of the wealth extracted. The new ruler, Frederick Lugard. This was not just a purchase. It was a transaction from corporate rule to colonial rule. After the takeover, Britain reorganized the region: Northern Protectorate, Southern Protectorate. Then, in 1914, they re-emerged by Frederick Lugard, and a new name emerged: Nigeria, a country created not by its people, but by colonial design. So, the question still remains: who sold Nigeria? Was it Sir George Goldie and his company? Was it the British government? Or was it a system built on deception and power? The truth is complex, but one fact remains: a nation's fate was decided without its people, and the echoes of that decision still shape Nigeria today.